party hats. Boom, boom.
The whole go bang bang here. Let us begin.
I want you to keep an eye out for the Boogity Man. VHS Bandits.
Welcome to Coxwell Academy.
Don't need no DVDs, don't need no Betamax. These are the VHS Bandits.
Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of VHS Bandits. This week we watched Munchie. Let's pop in the tape.
Gage Dobson is the new kid in the neighborhood. His mom's in love with a jerk.
I'm going to be your new father, whether you like it or not.
He's not doing so well at his new school.
Unless your grades improve in math, I may have to fail you.
And his overactive imagination is getting him nothing but trouble.
Suspension.
Life's not looking so great for Gage.
I wish I was dead.
To be or not to be? Arriba.
Until
Who said that?
Me, I did, pal. I'm your new friend. I help, I dazzle, I make better.
Roger Corman and New Horizons Home Video bring you the family fantasy adventure Munchie, the all-star sequel to the video blockbuster Munchies. Now Munchies come to school to help Gage with a few class projects, like getting back at the school bully.
Geronimo.
Helping Gage improve his grades.
I think we can do better than that. Abracadabra. Thank you. Money kicks.
And making a fool out of the principal.
Honey muffin.
Snuggy Bear.
I'm hot. One large pepperoni pizza coming up.
But when Munchie tries to get rid of Gage's evil stepfather, things start to get a little out of hand.
I have something I'd like to say to you. This is a lesson in spontaneous combustion.
He's been out to sabotage this entire evening.
That's ridiculous.
You should never ask for anything unless you really want it.
So join Munchie and his friends as they soar away on a magical fantasy adventure starring Lonnie Anderson,
You give whatever it is back to Gage.
Andrew Stevens,
I've been arrested.
Artie Johnson,
Could you introduce him to me?
Jamie McKennon,
Okay, you got me. Where are the cameras?
and Dom DeLuise as the voice of Munchie.
Hey, sometimes you gotta help people in spite of themselves.
Magical, mystical, Munchie.
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome again to this week's episode of VHS Bandits. I am the Kevbot. Here with me, as always, is the delirious Dane Train and the Topher Hansen. Who's a treat to
it's
have
still
on this show.
Thank you.
What's going on, guys?
Honored. You know, munching, making pizzas fly, the usual.
For some munchies.
That's what your mom would say. She'd say, "Now that's fast food."
Yeah, you throw like burgers at them. That was my mom's big joke when we did our TV show back in high school, the Super Duper Double Decker Do Club. She goes, "Hey, I got a skit for you. It's called, hey, let's order some fast food," and people just throw food at you.
It's
and
called,
like,
hey.
And I was like, "Mom, why don't you do it?" She's like, "Oh no, I'm not going to be on your camera.
It'll be on your shitty little TV show."
But my dad did.
Man.
He was terrible.
What do you mean? Your dad did great.
Oh no, it's pretty bad.
He was just behind the camera.
Yeah, he did not do a good job.
Oh my God. Hey, Mr. Dane Train's dad, Mr. Train, I think you did a fantastic job.
Oh well.
Would hire again. 5 stars.
Okay. All right. So it is Little Rubber Monster month, and we're watching the Munchie.
Monster.
Munchie.
Munchie, not Munchies.
Yeah,
right.
Or Munchie too.
Yeah, not to talk
But
about
Munchie.
that Munchies. You know, like you get slices at the deli at Stop and Shop. You know, like, hey, can I get a pound of Munchies? That was a cheese joke.
Oh, yes.
Throw some
it
fast
was.
food at them.
Hey, have a burger.
Put some more fast food on there. All right, so Munchie, it's Little Rubber Monster
Some
Month.
Mr. Munchies.
No more jokes out of me today, guys. These
Yeah,
guys ain't
yeah,
having it.
yeah. Hey, behave. Be
Dom
serious. We're
DeLuise
talking
did
about
enough for
Munchie
us.
here.
Yeah, sure. So we are continuing Little Rubber Monster Month with Munchie, the true sequel to the movie Munchies.
The true Hollywood story.
Yeah.
Where are they now?
And technically it's not, they say it's a sequel, but it's not a sequel because Munchies, I believe, was rated R. And this is a kid's movie. And it says right on the cover, the smash sequel to Munchies, which makes little kids who would see this in 1992 go, hey, Mom and Dad, I want to rent Munchies. Because I
Well,
watch
honestly,
Munchie.
I think that's why I did rent Munchies as a kid because of Munchie.
Oh.
And I was like, what? This
has
is not
nothing
the
to
same.
do with
I mean,
it.
I liked Munchies as a kid, but then I remember we tried to watch it. I was like, oh man, this is not that great. But
I
you
thought
love
it was-
Munchies.
I love Munchies, man. That movie's great because
I don't know. Maybe I was in a sour mood or something.
it's
I definitely
about-
need to give it another shot.
it's about these teeny little rubber monsters covered in fur that like hijack a car and they're harassing some little old lady on the road. And that little old lady just happens to have grenades in her car. So she starts throwing them at the Munchies at their car. What more do you want?
You know,
That's true.
everyone has grenades in their car,
That's great.
right?
So
You don't?
Yeah, don't you keep a nice batch of grenades in the glove box? Kev
If you don't keep grenades in your glove box, email us at VHS
Send you
Bandits
some. Use
Gmail.
promo code DaneTrain2020.
So on the cover, it's a pretty misleading cover. And I know
Not really.
yeah. So okay, so you got Munchie on the cover, and he's surfing on a pepperoni pizza, and that doesn't happen in the movie.
Hey, you never see his legs in the movie.
That's right. You never see his legs. You only see them. He kind of looks like Hank Hill's dad. With no,
I mean, Hank Hill's dad. Yeah, you know how he's got the toupee and he's got the sprightly pointed ears like Spock, just like Hank Hill's.
Well, I was
dad.
talking about Hank Hill's
His
knees.
Yeah,
Where he has
where
no
his
knees.
lack of knees.
His lack of knees, where shoes are where his knees are. So my copy of the movie is still covered in cellophane, but it's all like ripped up and shriveled. And somebody had put a piece of Scotch tape on the front where the characters are. You can hear it.
Hey, you got to keep that cellophane.
You
got to
keep it so it keeps the box minty fresh. And on the cover,
exactly.
You got the house, you got the mom, the kid, and the sleaze bag on the cover, all looking at Munchie while he surfs on a pizza, giving you a big shit-eating grin on the cover of the tape. And it says, Munchie just moved in. There goes the neighborhood. And I like that the Munchie font is like eaten, like there's little bite marks in it to make you think that Munchie like eats things in the movie.
In the movie when they do the title card and they're doing the opening credits, and then there's the transition where it goes munch, 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 munch.
Yeah.
And it's like the screen is getting eaten.
Yeah.
I wish they did that more.
I wish that transition was throughout the entire movie between scenes.
I know. I wish that was a default transition in Premiere. I would use it all the time.
Between every scene, like if you change location, it's the munch, 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 munch.
Exactly. Every single scene.
That would have been great. George Lucas did it with his wipes and shit. I think Munchie should have done it.
There were so many munch wipes in Star Wars.
Munch wipes.
Yeah. Luke, I am your father. Munch, 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 munch.
I don't know if this movie was an X-rent. I guess it was an X-rental because there's a number code on the side of the tape, 4860, which is the inventory code somebody made with a label maker. This is a New Horizons home video release. It's PG. A Roger Corman produced movie directed by the one and only Jim Wynorski, who we know makes the greatest movies of all time. And on the
He's a legend.
On the side of the box, it says mystical, magical, Munchie.
Ooh, I feel like you just conjured him up.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Look out behind you.
Ooh,
There's a flying pizza.
Whoa, hey, guys, I'm Dom DeLuise. Hey.
He's just going to show up in your bed
Chaos.
tonight.
Yeah, he's going to hijack an airplane and land it in your backyard.
So on the back of the box, you got all kinds of different pictures from the movie, like with all the different characters. And it says, no friends, school stinks. And mom, Lonnie Anderson, is in love with a sleazy lawyer. Andrew Stevens.
He's not a lawyer.
Not true. Who the hell wrote the back of this box? That's not true at all.
He's a professor. He says it 1,000 times.
He's like the head dean of Munchie University or whatever it was. All right. So it says, pretty bleak. That's how life looks to 10-year-old Gage, Jamie McEnon. When into his world pops the magical Munchie, Dom DeLuise. Munchie is a mysterious creature from another world who delivers flying pizzas and brings on the parties. With the help of Munchie and the loony professor Crookshack, which is, I don't think that's what his name was. I think he said his name was like Stokowski or something.
I think that was the crazy guy across the street with the Jeep.
Yeah, I know, but
was his name Crookshank?
Crookshank. But I remember in the movie he said his name was like stupid.
Professor
it was like a Polish
Crookshank.
Name. Oh, well, okay,
right.
whatever. All right.
Yeah.
So Gage,
creepy German dude.
It could be. Gage discovers dance, learns the meaning of romance.
Discovers dance.
He discovers dance.
Hey,
never heard of this dance before.
I just discovered dance.
And this is also not true. And he has the greatest summer ever.
It's not summer.
Half of this movie takes place in school, so it's not the summer. A laugh-packed adventure that will leave everyone in a magical feeling. 3 exclamation points. Approximately running 1 hour, 25 minutes, 1992.
No one proofread that description at all.
Nope, that is not accurate to the movie much at all.
Does Munchie 2 take place in the summertime?
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a really long time since I've seen it. I don't remember. Now, all I remember at the beginning of the movie, it probably doesn't, because at the beginning of the movie, there's a big, giant, crazy party at the high school. Like the kid in this movie grew up a little bit. He's like a teenager. And Munchie and him are like, they're partying at the school, and the school completely blows up. Literally the whole
with people in it.
Yes,
they die.
You cut the people like in dirt bikes and stuff, like riding in the hallways
on fire.
It's like Rock and Roll High School Forever or a Class of Newcomb High, where people are like partying and going bananas in this school, and the next thing you know, Munchie and the kid and the teenage Gage are outside being like, "Whoa, Munchie, what a cool party, dude!" And then boom, the whole school literally engulfs in flames behind her, like, "Wow, cool, dude!" And Munchie, like a thunderstorm rolls in, and Munchie gets struck by lightning, and he goes to heaven. It basically turns into like Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, where he goes to heaven.
Man, we should have watched Munchie too.
Yeah, maybe.
Do you have it?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I remember, and I remember the asshole from this movie. Elliot, the shitty, the lawyer, as they put him on the box, he's in the movie too, but I don't remember if he plays the same character. He probably does.
He's got to, right? He's a good character in the movie. I mean, he's a complete asshole. He's an asswipe, but I mean, I don't know. I like his performance is really good.
Yeah, he's like wicked hammed up in this movie. Yeah. It's awesome.
Like just his look. He's got the like Jonathan Davis mustache. And this big pair of glasses.
He's got a creepy dude kind of mustache. It's weird.
Wearing,
like he's super pompous.
He's like a
stereotypical douchebag,
yuppie, you know?
Yeah, but he's also like pedophile-y.
A little bit, yeah. He looks like a Guess Who character almost. And he's
Is
got
he
a
creepy?
windbreaker.
He's trying to date your lawyer mom.
He's got a windbreaker jacket that like with neon blue and pink stripes on it. Very 90s. Or as the movie says, today.
Yeah.
It's the fashion of today.
And believe it or not, I had that exact same jacket, that windbreaker.
I believe it.
Because of Munchie?
Because he's a lawyer. He got it from the bar association.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
present
right.
once you pass the bar.
Now, if he's a lawyer, why does he drive a Ford Thunderbird? Shouldn't he be in like a Mercedes? I mean, come on.
He's not a very good lawyer.
Because he's actually a professor of lawyer economics.
Lawyer economics.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
And since that's not a real thing, he doesn't make much money.
So, let's see. So Munchie, were there any
No trailers.
No trailers. That's right.
It just shed New Horizons home video for about 16 minutes. And then the FBI warning for another 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And then another New Horizons logo.
And that one,
and then the movie
had
started.
music, which was nice.
Yes.
So we open up with a crazy car chase, which supposedly takes place in 1970, but the character
It doesn't
not.
supposedly. It absolutely does, because it says 1970.
It says 1970, and everybody's driving vehicles that are.
Dane has a
appropriate for the time.
fan theory that it's just a ruse.
I think maybe Munchie was using some of his magic here, because when you look at the guy who's driving
To
the
add
truck,
a title card.
yeah, the guy who's driving the truck does not look like he's from 1970 at all. He doesn't look like Red Foreman at all.
He looks a bit drunk.
He does look.
He probably
like
is.
He's very
He's running
disheveled.
away from the
Yeah.
cops with a munchie in his trunk.
Yeah, and so he is evading the cops, driving out to the desert to a bottomless pit.
Which very much has a bottom.
Which definitely has a bottom. And
Yeah.
he has a like a treasure chest that's glowing green, and you can hear Dom DeLuise from inside chatting, being like, "Hey, buddy, what's going on in there?" And the guy parks in front of the bottomless pit. He throws the
The cops
chest.
crash their car.
Yeah,
He murders 2 cops. And then why wouldn't he pull over? Like, I want to know what happened.
Something very seriously traumatizing happened with Munchie.
I guess Munchie must have, like, he's on the lam with
I
this
would
guy,
imagine
right?
so.
Yeah.
They did some
Probably.
criminal activity. Otherwise, he would have just pulled over
Right.
and be like,
That's
hey,
right.
nothing in this trunk. Anyway,
Exactly.
see you later. I'm going to the bottomless pit.
That's exactly what happened.
But so he murders these cops.
That's right.
And then he throws Munchie down the bottomless pit and he hits the bottom.
Triple homicide.
Yes. Well, Munchie survives, so
True.
attempted
Yeah.
attempted murder on his
And
part there.
I have to assume that somehow within the next what is the movie, 92? So what, 70, 80, 90? So 22 years later, right? Munchie's treasure chest is now inside of an abandoned mine, which supposedly is
At the bottom of a bottomless pit.
yeah, at the bottom of the split. So, we're now met with this kid, Gage. He's this 10-year-old kid, and I can't figure out if I've seen him in anything else or not. But I don't
He
know.
looks very familiar,
I do
but
not
it might
believe
just be
you
from
have.
Munchie. I don't know.
So he's in school. He's in class, and he's googly-eyed over this young girl, Jennifer Love Hewitt, who's only known as Love Hewitt in the movie. This very well could have been like one of her first movies. And he's googly-eyed over her, so much to the fact that he's not paying attention to the fractions up on the chalkboard.
Hey, you
Gotta
gotta
know
pay
those
attention to
fractions.
those fractions. That's right.
And the
They'll
teacher's
get
giving
ya.
How many
every
times do
time.
you, after graduating, whatever, 5th grade or 4th grade, use fractions every day?
Can't
What's
tell you how
3
many
tenths
times I've had to.
plus 9 twelfths, huh? You tell me. Use your fractions.
Hey, every time I slice a pizza, I'm reminded of those same fractions.
Exactly. When a pizza flies in, you got to fraction it out, man.
That's right, dude.
You
He
do.
uses fractions when he ate that pizza that got flown in. That's right.
Exactly. He
did.
said, I can't believe we ate a whole pizza. That's
I can't
1 out of
believe
1
we-
pizzas.
Yeah. We had 6/12 and we had 4/8 of pizza, and we combined them together and we ate one whole pizza.
Whoa.
So
you must work for the university as well.
He gets in trouble with the teacher for not paying attention, and the teacher asks him if he's got any friends, and he says, "Oh yeah, plenty." But the truth is,
yeah, she's like, "Hey, stay after class." Everyone's mean to this kid.
So he's got
They really
no friends. And so it sounds as though they moved in recently to this area.
Well, yeah, she says, she's like, "I know you're the new kid in school." Like every conversation is just an exposition dump at, for the first 10, 15 minutes of this movie. She's like, "I know you're the new kid in school. It's hard making friends, blah, 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 blah. Do better in school. See ya."
Right. Yep. So he goes to lunch, and the lunch ladies give him lots of brown and tan food all over his plate.
Dane, you said you missed your calling.
Yeah, we were watching this, and I go, "You know what, guys? I think I missed my career calling. I should have been a lunch lady." I should.
You could have been with our band,
slop.
man.
Why the hell did I go to film school when I should have went to lunch lady school?
Lunch Lady University.
Lunch Lady U. Yeah, man.
I'd watch that movie.
I could have had a nice certificate on my wall that said that I'm a proud graduate of honors in Lunch Lady Academy. That's
You could be Professor Lunch Lady.
That's a teen sex comedy right there. Lunch Lady Academy.
Specializing in delivery of brown slop.
Yes, that's right. In an ice cream scoop.
What was your dissertation on?
My dissertation, the relevance of baked beans at the workplace.
Of course, the great baked beans debate.
Yes, of course.
Man.
Now, where do refried beans play into that?
Taco Tuesday only. I have a whole.
Wow, you've got this all clinched.
Yeah, I wrote a whole
teen sex comedy about.
Yeah, I've read the essays. They're very good.
Yes,
they are
insightful.
Yes, you can.
If you want to read Dane Train's bean essays
I think
of American education, email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
I think instead of calling them essays, I think that there's a more formal name for them. They're like, "Oh yes, I read your."
They're more like menus.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, they are menus.
What's your take on hot lunch?
Soup of the day.
That sounds good. I'll have that.
That sounds good. hey, what is the special today? Slop. That sounds good.
It's not too late. You can go back and get your masters.
My masters.
And lunch ladydom.
My munchie masters. Every time I think of lunch ladies,
fast food university or whatever,
Lunch Lady Academy.
Lunch Lady Steve will write you a recommendation.
Oh yeah.
For those of you guys who don't know who Lunch Lady Steve is, you guys want to tell him?
Sure.
He's Lunch Lady Steve.
Yeah, it's Lunch Lady Steve. Self-explanatory.
Yeah.
No, Lunch Lady Steve is me and Kevbot's band was called Lunch, and we had Lunch Lady Steve was our hype man. And he would be on stage and throw out snacks and ring the applause sign and interact with the audience and dance and
turn on the time machine.
Yes, and obviously turn on the time machine.
Yeah, very important.
This is for those of you guys
and
who remember,
fight pirates and shit.
For those of you guys who remember Tom the Bomb, who's been on our show a few times, this is his little brother.
Yes,
when we were all in high school.
Tom was also an official member of Lunch at one point. He played Death and
in the pirate.
Abraham Lincoln and
Abraham Lincoln.
Yep, and Cro-Magnon, the caveman detective.
Yeah, caveman like PI spy guy.
Oh yeah. My favorite still was Abe Lincoln because he just came out when we started and just read that Gettysburg Address.
That was fun.
Oh man,
for us, the audience was
they were not into it.
Well, they were until they realized he was reading the entire thing. Oh man,
unfortunately never got to see him in his lunch lady Abe Lincoln costume.
Well, that was Tom.
Oh, Tom. Okay, no, I never got to see that. No, I still have a tape of the high school lunch show.
I think that's on YouTube somewhere.
Is it? Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
that'd be great. Everybody, look that up. RedTube.com.
If anyone is ever interested in lunch memorabilia, we have shirts for sale. Find me on Instagram and send me a DM, and I'll give you the deets.
Ooh, at Kevin O'Needer.
Yep.
So,
all right, Munchie.
Back to Munchie.
Sorry.
So they're in school. He goes to lunch. The lunch ladies,
digress.
who should have been me, give him his brown and tan slop on his
Dan,
plate.
you should have a T-shirt that says, "I should have been a lunch lady."
I could have been a lunch lady.
Now look at me.
Look at me. I'm ruined.
You should just become an extra who always plays a lunch lady.
Ooh.
You got to practice your slop drop.
Ooh, the slop drop. Yeah,
the slop drop.
You know, but honestly, whenever I think of lunch ladies, I always think of the one thing that always pops in my head is there used to be this commercial when we were kids for bubble tape, and there was a lunch lady who was like scooping the mashed potatoes with an ice cream scooper. And she, I don't know, she goes like all like bananas because it's the 90s. And
is that bubble tape?
Bubble tape, yeah. So it's probably up on YouTube. Go look it up. The lunch lady bubble tape commercial. So there you go. All right, so
lunch lady gives him slop.
So lunch lady gives him slop. He goes to see. He's looking around. He's trying to think of who to sit down next to. And there's an empty
who
seat.
am I going to sit next to here?
There's an empty seat right across from this
Babe
girl,
of the day,
the Jennifer Love Hewitt girl, who I don't remember what the hell her name was, but
her name was
I don't know.
Andrea.
Andrea. Okay, so
sure,
he sits next to her, but who's sitting next to them? You got these two doinks. One who's all like preppy, and he's like the bully of the school, and he has his right hand man. I don't remember his name either, but he always wears a football jersey.
One is Leon, and one is Ashton, I think.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah, Leon, I think, was the one with the football jersey, who's like he's the muscle, right?
Yeah. And Ashton was the rich, snobby asshole.
Yeah. And these guys are just assholes to him for no reason. They're just like,
because he's the new kid.
Yeah. So
he's the new kid on the block.
Jennifer Love Hewitt isn't having anything of it. So she just like takes off and goes sit somewhere else. And before Gage can go and get up, one of the dinguses takes the plate and fucking chucks it down the room in the cafeteria just as the principal walks in, and all that brown and tan slop goes all over him. And they're like,
"Hey, what's for lunch today?" Brown,
tan, slop.
You want brown or you want tan?
$2.99 plus tax.
Plus tax. Oh, jeez.
Give me your money. So,
and the principal blames it on him, even though he really didn't see anything. And if he did, he should have seen the other kid throw it.
He was the only one in the room who didn't have a tray, allegedly.
It's the same thing where he's just like, you're the new kid, so of course I'm not going to be nice to you.
Yeah.
You're new around here, so I've got my eye out for you. You've got 17, or not 17, that's an exaggeration.
2 demerits.
You're getting 2 demerits, whatever those are.
I don't even know what the hell that is.
Nobody 20 hours of study hall, which that's not a punishment.
Pretty sweet.
Right, yeah. I was saying because study hall is like the best class because you don't go to real school and you just fucking do whatever the fuck you want.
Usually you just like get your homework out of the way and you're done, you know? But so I thought it was funny because like while this guy's dripping with brown cafeteria slop, he like points his finger at Gage and like a bunch of the slop like flings off and goes all over the kid's shirt. So he's got this big brown stain on his t-shirts throughout like the next half of the movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and when he's like, "Hey, you get over here," then Gage goes into like Bobby's world where we see into his imagination, and we see like cut to the principal like dressed up as like a hangman, and he's got the executioner guy next to him, and like, this fat guy in like a dominatrix outfit, and then he's like dressed up as like a firing squad or something, and he's dressed up as the devil. So there's a lot of like imaginary cutaways to gauge his perspective, which I liked a lot.
That was good.
There's
He's
a
got a
really good
wild
one where we're at
imagination.
his funeral, but they kind of stopped that like halfway through the movie.
Yeah, I felt like this was the kind of movie. Again, I've never seen the trailer for this movie, but I feel like this is the kind of movie. I was saying this when we were watching it, where like the trailer would begin with clips of like this scene where it's like Gage had a wild imagination, but never did he think he'd find a friend like Munchie. Like that's how I think the trailer would have started.
Maybe, hey, listen to the beginning of the episode, and
it's
you'll
probably
find out.
Probably in there.
We should watch the trailers before we record.
No, come on. Who does that? Who does that?
We just haphazardly throw them at the beginning of the episode.
That's right.
Later on.
That's right.
I did do that at one point, but I stopped doing it when I was at work and there was a trailer that had party hats.
Party hats?
Covered party hats, but I was like, oh God. I'm gonna get a call from HR for this.
I hope you
I gotta get my Dr. Lawn Lawyer.
Dr. Lawn Lawyer.
Dr. Lawn Lawyer.
Sleazy.
Have you been hurt in a clipping accident? Call me, JG Lawn Lawyer.
It's my lawn and I want it now.
We'll get you your lawn and what's rightfully yours. And that's that.
They'll pay out the AstroTurf.
Oh man.
I love when those commercials at the end, then you hear like the phone dial going call. Oh man. All right. So
J.K. Salamone.
Like maybe 5 minutes into this movie. We've been talking for a half hour.
We're just talking about lawyers and lunch ladies.
Could have been a lawyer lunch lady.
Sounds like whatever. I'm not going to go deeper into it. Continue with the movie.
So he is on his way home from school, and you think that maybe there was a terrorist attack because some guy's garage just blew the fuck up right in front of him. But he just goes to investigate, and it's this crazy Doc Brown ripoff German scientist professor who is.
You think he's a Nazi scientist that
probably
America took?
Yeah, he's like one of those ones that's like in hiding, and then all like those like
like he worked for NASA and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then like those like Nazi hunters come after him one day.
Project Paperclip Nazi scientist.
Seems a little too late in the timeline to have him be an actual.
He worked on a youth serum at NASA.
So it was like 50 years. Since World War II.
He was a young scientist.
He was a real young man. He was.
Anyway, now he works on Jeeps.
Yeah,
she can't get him to work though.
Yeah, he's not a very good scientist.
No.
And you find out that he's all frustrated because he's trying to get a research grant so he could travel the world to research artifacts and stuff about lost civilizations. Mm-hmm. And he's having trouble
Lost
getting
Civilization of Munchie.
Munchie.
Is that really what it was called?
I have no idea.
Oh, I would not be surprised if that was it.
And so then he's about to go home, and this T-Bird pops up, and it's his mom and our sleazy lawyer, who at the end of the movie you find out is not a sleazy lawyer. He's a doctor, professor at the same university that the loony bin professor works at.
Yeah.
And so you find out instantly this guy's a total sleazebag right from the get-go.
Well, the mustache tells you everything you need to know.
The mustache, the windbreaker, everything.
He's like Alec Baldwin's character in The Cat in the Hat.
Oh, I never seen it.
That's a good movie.
That is a good movie. He says he's a lawyer. He says he's a thing. He just goes home and takes off his
Alec Baldwin costume.
Yeah, his Alec Baldwin costume. No, his girder thing and his big fat gut.
Oh yeah.
This big disgusting slob.
Oh,
he's just trying to get that doctor lawyer lunch money. from the mom. I don't know. I'm making up shit here.
Give me your lunch money.
Why am I still talking? Someone stop me.
So he says, his mother goes in, they're getting groceries, and he goes to Gage, and he's like, listen, Gage, I know I've like just met your mom, but I'm going to propose to her whether you like it or not.
I'm going to be your new dad.
Yeah, wait, what happened to his dad? He just went missing or something? Did he die?
When he went to the Nutty Professor's garage, he said a remark like, oh, my dad's always traveling. I hope to hear from him again someday. So I guess his dad just like took off. I think he's split.
Gotcha.
Yeah, maybe he might be a deadbeat, or maybe he's on a extended business trip.
And
the sleazy guy's like, I know your dad doesn't love you. Or he says some bullshit like
your
that.
dad's never coming home.
Yeah.
So
right.
So after this, he just goes for a walk in the neighborhood, right? And of course, somewhere around the corner in his neighborhood is an abandoned
There's a bottomless
coal
pit.
mine. Yeah, bottomless pit with big signs of big boards that say "keep out." Right, but he goes in anyway.
Wouldn't you?
You know what probably happened?
I guess.
In those 22 years, they found the bottom and decided this is a great real estate opportunity.
Yeah, that must have been it. And so
there's a headline in the newspaper, the Santa Cruz Times: "Bottom of bottomless pit found."
The tourism. So Munchie's treasure chest is in there and is talking to the kid, and he's like, "Hey kid, open up my box." So he does, and these little 4th of July sparklers on each end get lit.
Wait, if Munchie's so magic, why can't he open a box?
Because when he's trapped, he can't get himself out or something like
it's
that.
It's like a genie, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. If he's trapped against his will, he can't get out because his magic has some limitation. So like
they said that?
I'm pretty sure he did at one point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know.
So like if you trapped him in, I don't know, like a cardboard box or
it has to be that janky.
A big sack of some sort. I don't know.
Big
like sack. He's in a trash bag.
A trash bag. Yeah. He can't get out. I don't know.
Hey, let me out of this trash bag. And then he lets him out. And then, he starts the kid's not scared at all. This creepy little monster basically lights the box on fire.
Look at the box for Munchie, and that pops out.
I know.
This kid's not freaked out. This kid has seen death, apparently, and is no longer afraid of anything.
Oh,
he sees Munchie coming out of an abandoned box
in
a
leather jacket and a bad toupee. His hair is weird to me. I wish he didn't have hair.
Munchie looks like they took the head off some Chuck E. Cheese animatronic thing.
And shaved him. Yeah, he looks like a shaved Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
With a squished face.
Yeah. It's that kind of animatronics and weird hands, and that's his movement.
Not to be confused with Munch from Chuck E. Cheese, the big purple grimace ripoff.
Right. And when he talks, his jaw doesn't really move, but his lips move.
And they're not in sync with what he says. They just move.
They just, yep.
The best part there's a part where he goes to take a big slice of pizza, and like whoever does the mouth, it just goes, and it was like really, it was kind of
was horrifying because that was the widest his mouth ever opened. It's really the only time his mouth opened because it's really, like you said, his lips just move, but then his mouth opens. It's monstrous.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. Yeah.
So so the kid goes home. His mom is pissed because he got home late after dark.
He's like, I was just in an abandoned mine, Mom.
So T-Man, you were saying something pretty interesting about the mom. You want to tell us?
What
you thought about the mom?
You could crack a walnut with her gazungas?
Yeah. Yep. I just thought that was hilarious.
Oh,
and true.
Yeah, they're big old fake gazungas.
Gazungas.
At least according to my research from watching Munchie.
like I've seen her
you
and
put a
stuff, too,
walnut on a table and you just boom, drop them.
I can't remember what
She have
else
like
she's been in,
wooden
though.
implants or something?
What?
What does she have, like wooden implants?
It could be. They look like cement. They were injected with cement mix.
Boy, I hope she doesn't like fall into a pool or something like that. She'll be sleeping with the fishes.
Yeah.
Face
Those
down.
are a couple buoys that don't float.
Yeah.
By the way, she's awful to her son.
You
Yeah.
think so?
I think so.
I do. She's just like, hey, you're home late and your dinner got cold, so go to bed and you're not getting any dinner. Like, there's just
Wait, doesn't she give it to him?
No,
though?
she gave it to him.
She does, but that first interaction, she's just like, not even care for his safety, although it's 1992, so really who cares about
People were
kids?
still smoking back then in their houses. So,
Yeah.
right?
And hospitals, probably. I don't know.
There were still
Yeah.
smoking sections at Friends.
This is a smoking only
There were
hospital.
still the smoking sections and ground rounds.
Yeah, exactly.
where all the teachers hang out.
So
Yeah, she was just like, I don't care where you were home late, and just go to your room. I don't know. She didn't seem like a very good mom.
Well, I guess I didn't really pick up. I thought she seemed fine, but maybe it's because the stepdad was such an asshole, and she does defend the kid against the stepdad guy.
She does, yeah. I guess at first she's not that great.
Yeah, because everyone has to be fucking mean as hell to this little kid just because he's new in town,
Right.
except for the scientist.
Yeah.
But then Munchie's already in his bedroom jerking off in this kid's bed, which Dane Train is using as his Skype background right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Munchie's just looking longingly.
He's watching Cam Soda.
And he had so one thing we got to talk about is Munchie obviously being like an animatronic doll, a little rubber monster. His hands, he's got these two little carpal tunnel hands with his crimped little fingers, and like mostly just like his wrists move, and only maybe like one or two of his little fingers move as he moves his wrists, and it's disturbing.
It looks like he has two hands of Chris Elliott from Scary Movie 2.
Yes, yeah, exactly. What
Yeah.
it is. So he's sitting in
my
his bed,
hand.
saying that he wants to help out Gage, and he's like, "Hey, Gage, what kind of things do you want in life?" And he's like, I want my mom to stop seeing that asshole. I want to like meet this girl. I want to get better grades. I want to be popular. And
I want the principal to get off my case.
yeah. And Munchie, of course, he's like, hey man, yeah, sure. I'm gonna help you out. We're gonna make it happen. So what do you
But
want?
first, let's get a pizza.
Yeah. Because the kid didn't want his dinner of like pork chops and whatever that yellow
Oh yeah,
shit
it
was.
looked
Pork chops
disgusting.
and brown.
Yeah, it was brown and off yellow is what he was having for dinner.
And so he's like, oh man, I could really use a pizza. So Munchie uses his magic and rotoscopes that go off the ends of his little carpal tunnel fingers and some magic words. And we cut to a local Italian restaurant.
I know this great little Italian place.
Now, T-Man's apparently actually been to the real restaurant that was
Munchie's
shot in this
Italian
movie.
restaurant?
Yeah.
Hey, actually, there was a Munchie's in Tatnick in Worcester. Have you ever been there? It's gone now, but they sold like fucked up weird shit. They had like
wonder why they're
macaroni
gone.
pizza and stuff, and they had the donut
They had, like-
burger, which was fucking
they had
fantastic.
like peanut butter pizza.
Yeah, that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were great, but unfortunately, no
It was
longer.
exactly like you would think if your name was Munchies.
Yeah,
It's just like, what kind of crazy concoction like munchie food would you want?
yeah. Just
Hey man, let's
weird
take
stuff.
Rice Krispies and put them on a sandwich.
of Rice Krispies.
Let's take Fruity Pebbles. I mean,
Reuben.
put them on a sandwich.
I think that's probably true. I think they did have some Fruity Pebble stuff, but
Yeah.
yeah, this place, I think it was in Los Feliz, and it was a restaurant. I mean, it could have been any restaurant, but it looked very familiar to me. It looked like a place that me and my girlfriend went to, and we walked in, and then we looked at the menu, and we walked out.
So there's no flying pizzas out of this place.
A little too rich for my blood. They didn't have any donut burgers.
Yeah.
Did the chef chase you out holding a
meat cleaver?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, just fly the pizza to my house.
Where his fruity pebble sandwich is $50 a pop.
Yeah. But so the Munchie, this big old chubby chef man comes out of the kitchen, and he goes to this couple that's dining at a table. He's like, "Oh my God, I bought you. This is the best pizza I've ever created in my life." I'm from Italy.
He's accounting one pizza.
Yeah. How many fractions in your pizza do you want? And then he puts down the pizza, and they're like, "Oh boy, we're gonna eat this pizza." And then cut to the pizza turns into a completely different pizza and is like on a rear projection and floats away.
It's like the opener to Naked Gun with the police siren and the light as it's going to hockey rinks and stuff, and it's like on the same thing. It's on like somebody put a fake pizza on the end of a drill and just hit the trigger, and it's going as this thing's like going down the street. And of course the chef
obeys the traffic lights.
Yeah. And the chef is chasing it with a big like meat cleaver, and the police come down and arrest him.
I'm gonna kill that pizza.
Man, oh man, you imagine like all the bugs and stuff that got stuck in that pizza as it went through the air.
Oh, gross. I didn't even think of that.
At night, like at night when you're driving and there's like this one big spot
you just eat around them.
Like bugs, and you just like go right through them. That's what it's like.
Pick them off. With the anchovies.
So the funny thing is the pizza that the chef put down on the table looks nothing like the pizza that went through the air. And then that pizza looks nothing like the pizza that actually ended up landing on Gage's table in his bedroom. Totally different.
And that pizza that they end up taking slices and eating looks so disgusting.
Oh, dude,
my
it looks
God,
all gross and dried out like it's been sitting out for hours.
Yeah. It looks like Thursday special lunch pizza.
It's a DiGiorno pizza.
Normally you watch TV shows and they've got those big, nice slices and they're all, flexible and looking.
Hey, this is a Jim
delicious.
Wynorski production. We can't afford pizza. Look at this talking Munchie alien we got.
What do you think this fucking thing costs, huh?
They got Munchie and the pizza out of a dumpster of a Chuck E. Cheese.
Ugh, gross.
Oh my God.
So that's how the kid knows that Munchie's for real. And then Munchie falls asleep in one of his drawers.
Yeah.
And he does that. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, beep, beep. And then in the morning, Munchie's not there. And the kid's just like, okay.
And
whatever.
he goes to school.
Where all the hijinks begin.
Ooh, yeah.
What
was the first hijink?
It's a lot like other movies where somebody wishes for things to happen and then the wishes don't go right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Say Cheese and Die, that's not necessarily.
Oh yeah,
true,
that's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a little bit
it's the Munchie. It's the Munchie paw effect.
The Munchie's paw. Yeah, dude. And the monkey's paw looks just like Munchie's hands. So.
And then I forget exactly what
they go
the
to
order of
school.
events is, but I know Munchie like goes into the office of the secretary, the hot secretary.
Yep.
And he uses Munchie's like, hey, I can change my voice into other people. So he impersonates the principal and he's like, hey, secretary, why don't you get in my office? And then the secretary goes in the office and Munchie hacks into the computer and changes Gage's grades to all A's. Yeah, he types with his weird hands.
Anytime there's like a close-up of his hands, it's like these gross little hands touching the keyboard.
They're also on drills, so they just go.
And then the teacher, the secretary and the principal, she goes into his office, and it's the nicest principal's office. It's like the Oval Office. It got
it looks like a
oil
museum.
Paintings of all the presidents and shit. Yeah, it does look like a museum. And the principal's like, oh, hey, baby, why don't you come over here and give me a smooch lammy cakes? And then Munchie turns on the intercom And the entire school hears a broadcast of the principal macking on his secretary. And then Gage's teacher goes in and confronts the principal. And then some other shit happens.
I gotta say, I don't know this for a fact. I have not looked into it, but the girl who plays the secretary in this movie, I can pretty much guarantee you, she has been in other Jim Wynorski movies, likely without any shirts on.
Whoa, any shirts, not even... Forget about 2 shirts, not even one.
I do not remember what the secretary's name is.
I actually, yeah, I pulled her up on IMDb.
Her name was
it's Monique Gabriel.
Is that it?
Oh yeah, yep.
Yes, she's
her
in
last
Hot
movie was
Moves.
Planet of the Erotic Ape.
Oh,
whoa, the Erotic Ape. Nice.
She was in Problem Child 3.
Planet of the Erotic Ape. Babes in Kongland. Sexy, sultry, shocking. Hey, Joe Bob gave it 3 stars and says, check it out.
Scream. She's in a movie called Scream Queen Hot Tub Party.
Oh yeah. That's good stuff.
She was hot tub worthy, I'll tell you that. She's in a movie called Let's Do It.
She was in a movie called Hollywood Erotic Film Festival 1987.
Whoa. Hey now. Hey, well, you know.
Yeah. She was in Deathstalker too.
Oh, wow.
We didn't see Deathstalker 2. Anyway.
No, we didn't.
The Gage is also... Oh, at the beginning of the day, we get some more exposition from the bully. He just randomly comes up to Gage and like the... jock guy puts him in a headlock, and then the other bully talks at him. He's like, hey, I know me and the girl you have a crush on are performing in the talent show today, and I know you're the stage manager, but don't fuck it up for us, capiche? And then now we know
I'll get my father, the chef of an Italian restaurant, to come after you with a meat cleaver.
And so, now there's a talent show also going on the same day. And he's the stage manager.
So there's the principal hijinks. And then later they're in the locker room. Like he's after Jim and the football playery henchman comes after him. And Gage wants no problem with him or anything. But Munchie comes back and is like, listen, butthead.
Yeah, well, the bully, like, Gage is like just got out of the shower and is in a towel. I've never showered in a gym class my entire life. I don't know what movies always have people showering in gym. I don't know. Did you guys ever shower in gym? We went to all the same school. I'd assume no.
Nope.
Unless
we were never forced to. Apparently there was the option.
There were showers there.
Yes.
The
option was there
as fast as possible.
Yeah, exactly. And he whips him with the towel, the bad kid, and then Munchie's locked away in the locker, and he impersonates Gage's voice, and he's like, "Hey, fuck you, loser," and then he's like, "What'd you say to me?" And then the kid's like, "Oh, I didn't say anything," and then he turns around again, and he's like, "Yeah, you butthead." And then he comes up to like accosts Gage, and then Munchie pushes the locker in his face, and then he's like, "Oh, that's the last straw." And then Gage actually gives him an uppercut and knocks him into a barrel of soiled linen and sends him rolling backwards.
Yeah, he attempts to murder him.
Yeah, he
because it rolls backwards into the shower.
Oh, and
this is a
him,
container, and he's knocked out. And there's just 3 showers on him.
He waterboards him.
This is the George McFly moment where punching the bad guy makes him grow some balls. You know,
that's right.
The best part, though, that the gym teacher was like, "I saw that, but I'm not going to tell anyone because that kid's kind of a dick."
Yeah, he's a good
but
gym
if the principal ever finds out, you'll be in trouble.
You should replace him in the football team.
Yeah. That kind of went nowhere because even the stepdad was like, "Hey, you should try out for football," and then they never. Maybe there was a deleted scene or something. Yeah, there must have been.
Have to find the director's cut.
Right, the Jim Wynorski edition.
And then we get to the talent show, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some girl playing
an accordion solo.
Accordion. Yep. And she was great. She was a real big hit.
Oh yeah, kids love it.
Kids love accordions.
Gage just holds a rope and he like lifts the curtain, and that's all he does. And Munchie shows up wearing like a Romeo and Juliet, like Renaissance era costume. And he's like, haha, Gage, I'm here to help you. And Andrea, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and Dickwad, whatever the hell his name is, the preppy Dickwad, they're doing the Romeo and Juliet shtick, and everything that the Dickwad kid says, everything goes wrong. Where like he slips on a banana peel and like shit breaks and stuff, and his pants go down, and Munchie's doing everything he can to make the kid all embarrassed in front of the whole school. But of course, the principal thinks that it's all the doing of Gage. So he's been expelled from school.
For life.
For life. So of course, he's pissed at Munchie that Munchie's like ruined everything, you know?
Yeah.
So he goes home. And when he gets home, his mother is cooking dinner, which will be done in 20 minutes. A big romantic dinner for herself and sleazeball Elliot. And Elliot shows up and he goes, hey, champ, did you make the football team? And he goes, no. And he goes, oh, that's great. And he's like, listen, I'm going to be your new dad. You could either be on my team or be my enemy.
Oh, my God.
And I don't understand, like, you know, typically in movies when you have people like this, it's usually like they're after the mother because of money or success or whatever. He doesn't really have much of a huge motive to be marrying the mother.
I can think of two reasons why he's probably after it.
Yeah, I guess so.
And they're rock hard.
They can crush a wall.
It's a solid case.
And so
maybe he's covering up the disappearance of the dad, and he's just trying to, why would I, you know, be in love with your mom if I knew your dad? That'd be so strange.
Oh yeah, he killed her. Whoa,
Down
wow,
the abandoned bottomless mine shaft.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Maybe he owns a walnut factory and wants to sell nuts that you don't have to crack.
Pre-shelled nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Saves you time.
So
I have a specific set of skills that makes me a nightmare for walnuts like you.
I'm gonna
hey, you walnuts.
So, oh my God. Oh, that just made me think of a great idea for if we ever get to shoot the movie Bon Voyage, that his female love interest counterpart in the movie should take somebody's nuts and put them between her boobs and crushes them. And he goes, no.
Oh my. People usually pay for something like that.
And she goes,
and they will pay this time.
She's like, yeah, he was real nuts about me.
And then of course he just falls on the floor and dies.
Yep. So he starts getting all suave.
The ball's in my court now.
What?
The ball's in my court now.
Yeah. So he starts like dimming the lights, lighting the candles, putting on some R&B. And of course, Munchie changes.
And this is how Dane Train proposed to his wife, we come to find out.
While getting a little bit of iced tea.
That's
or some
right.
hot cocoa if it's the wintertime.
Dane knows what. If you want Dane Train's course on how to pick up women, email us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com.
I should, you know how I got my 2-cassette disc set, my 2-cassette set of songs Tariq leaves by. I could have my other one called Dane Train's songs to make whoopee too. And at the beginning of the cassette one, I'm like, dim the lights, put on some R&B
and listen to Dane Train's Let My Voice Guide You.
Yeah, light some candles.
We're gonna explore through the Snake Eater soundtracks.
Get ready for Snake Eater 2, The Drug Buster.
Women love guitar solos played in reverse.
Yeah, he keeps putting on like patriotic music and blowing out the candles and shit, and he's getting all pissed off.
Yeah, he's dressed in an army suit. Munchie is not the dad, but Munchie is
getting all pissed off, you know.
Yeah,
and so she comes out less than 20 minutes later. Less than 10 minutes later, and she goes, "All right, it'll be done in 10 minutes." And it's like, whoa, wait a minute, the time isn't quite right here on your cooking, lady. But he's all pissed off, and he goes to propose before dinner's even ready.
That's the lunch lady in you coming out.
How is that the lunch lady? Oh, right. Yeah,
because you're like, hey, lady, you got to give this. It's only been 5 minutes. You got to give it the whole 15 extra, or your slop's not going to be brown enough.
That's right. You betcha. You betcha.
It's just going to be tan slop.
You want those green beans to be nice and soggy.
It's going to be red. Yeah, you want those green beans. You don't want them bright green. You want them like brownish green.
You want them forest green.
You want that bean gravy to coagulate, don't you?
Yeah. You want
Leave it out in the sun.
You want the fat to coagulate and turn into this nice gelatinous orange color.
You want
blobs.
You want your chicken wing, your unseasoned chicken wings to be nice and room temperature.
Oh my god!
That's maybe that's why. Maybe she, was like, oh, I gotta take the turkey out. Ooh, it's still too hot. We gotta. Okay, it's getting colder. Yeah. It's getting colder.
Now,
I'm gonna pop that in the chill freezer.
Mind you, at this time, whatever she's cooking that's in the oven, she said it was chicken, is still cooking in the oven at this moment, right? So
yes.
He goes to propose to her, but just like in an old Hanna-Barbera cartoon, Munchie puts a match like in his shoe, which makes his shoe go on fire, and he flips his shit. So,
of course he blames the little boy
because he's the new kid.
He's like, "Listen, you little shit!
Yeah,
you're trying to sabotage my love life.
If somebody's
just trying to fuck your mom's gazungas and break some walnuts."
If somebody said that to my kid, I would be like, "Get the fuck out of my house."
Oh yeah, of course.
But of course he's like, "Oh, whoa, no! Let me instead of me eating the food that you've spent all this time preparing, let me take you out to this nice little Italian joint that I know here in Santa Cruz." And so she goes, "All right, we're going to be gone for a couple of hours. You're on your own. Bye." So like the dinner is still in the oven, right? What is the kid supposed to finish cooking?
Maybe that's it.
So
she didn't even leave him like $10 for pizza for a Domino's order.
Well, he's got
nothing.
a whole brown mush and beans in the oven.
That's right.
True.
Yeah. So
got all them leftovers to munch on.
At this time, Munchie ends up stealing Elliot's wallet, and he uses all of his credit cards and everything in the wallet to order catering, and he orders hookers and a band and all these people to come over and have a crazy wild party.
Yeah,
in the
he
house.
puts on a Jack Nicholson impression.
For an hour.
I can't do one, but hey, babe, this is Jack. Hey, do you have any girls you can fly into Santa Cruz? I'm promoting my next movie. All right.
You look at the business card and it said like Bumps and Humps or something like that. Like the hooker company.
Yep. So
maybe that's what the sleazo mustache guy was after. Maybe he's part owner.
Oh,
he's after some bumps.
Yes, it could be a camel taxi service. But it's probably hookers.
So he orders the works of sandwiches and beer kegs and everything. And
invites everyone.
Yeah,
over.
and he invites the girl, his crush, Jennifer Love Hewitt.
And it's okay that her dad comes too.
And you think this is a prequel to Can't Hardly Wait?
Maybe.
And Gage grows up to be what's his name?
And
this is the other town that Jennifer Love
that she
Hewitt
moved
moves
from.
to.
You're right, because she's the new girl in that movie.
One thing to know too is the dad is none other than the detective from Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers who ends all of his sentences with, "But she had great tits." What a
This
dad.
Munchie ruined my evening, but he had great tits.
So there's this big, crazy, wild party going, and who shows up but the principal and the principal assistant? And he's like, "Hey, I'm in your house that I didn't even know that your house was your house. What a great party! Guess what? You're no longer expelled. You don't have any of those detentions or anything. It's no big deal."
Yeah, he's there with the secretary. And then him, and it's so weird. Like Jennifer Love Hewitt and her dad showing up is so weird to me. Why would her? I don't know, man. It's
needs a chaperone.
Just whatever.
Is her? So we're gonna. What the hell?
I got this. I got this anonymous phone call, and there's a party going on.
Apparently, I turned on my Siri.
Uh-oh.
Whoopsies.
But anyway, she's there. It doesn't really matter.
Is the dad like? Because the dad sticks with her as we'll go through. Is her dad going to hook up with Gage's mom?
It's implied.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But it never really manifests.
That's always such a weird thing in movies.
But then it just goes to RedTube.
When your crush is...
It's all about the stepbrother and the stepsister.
Yeah, then it goes to redtube.com.
Yeah, that's right.
He's going to munch on that.
Topher's Cam Soda. Munchie's Cam Soda.
I don't have the rights. I just do fan fiction and read it out loud while wearing a diaper.
T-Man has an account on onlyfans.com.
What is that?
It's another one of those sites where
you can do request videos or something. I don't know.
It's another one of those
Cameo?
Sites. Cameo?
Here's my Munchie mask.
Yeah, T-Man, because you're this big Hollywood, Mr. Hollywood guy, are you on Cameo? Like, do people give you $400 to say happy birthday to somebody on their answering machine?
People pay me to not talk to them.
Oh, wow. That must be great, man. I could make so much money doing that.
I mean, you imagine, hey, this is Topher Hansen. You've reached John Shelnick. Please leave a message. Like, who the fuck is this guy?
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be.
But
actually.
hey, if you want me to do your voicemail for you,
the next time you're in town, can you please do my voicemail?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Topher Hansen.
If
You've
anybody
reached
wants one of those
Kevbot.
like birthday celebrity shout outs, email us and you can get Mr. Hollywood T-Man over here and he'll do it on Cam Soda.
I just subcontract homeless people.
Is that how it works?
To do it.
Hey, Topher Hansen, you give me a sandwich.
What is Randy Newman doing answering your phone?
Didn't you know Randy Newman's homeless?
Not with that Toy Story money.
He lives in my heart. He lives in the heart of all Americans. Except for short people. They can go die.
So,
anyway,
the party gets out of hand and Munchie gets drunk and some dude walks in on him in the bathroom. Yeah. And then just leaves the door open. And then the parents come home like 10 minutes later because Sleazo McQueezo doesn't have his wallet. He's like, I'm a gentleman. I always pay for my ladies' dinners. Oh, except I forgot my wallet.
But he also pissed her off because he proposes and she's like, listen, we're just friends. I don't want to like commit to anything. This is too soon. And he's all like, well, hey, lady, you can't wait forever. You're getting older or something shitty like that. And she's
he's like, I can pick from, there's any number of divorcees with children I could have my choosing of. And she's like, fuck you, man.
I could murder anyone's husband's I mean. Ooh. Tough room.
I don't care how heavy your bazungas are.
Oh, another thing too is I think before this happens, real quick, Gage takes he must have went back down into the abandoned mine and he gets the treasure chest.
Oh, you're right. Yeah,
which
yeah,
Munchie was hanging out in for the last so many years.
Oh, that was after they kind of got mad at each other, or he got mad at Munchie.
Yeah. He brings it over to the professor's house, and the professor like recognizes this thing, and is like, "Oh!" He opens up this big book with all these like ancient scriptures and illustrations. What are they called? Hieroglyphs.
Hieroglyphs, yeah.
And there's hieroglyphs of Munchie going. And it's great because you realize that Munchie himself has been alive for thousands of years. Around
he is the alpha. He is the omega. He is the Munchie.
Yeah. And so he wants to study more about Munchie, and he wants to meet Munchie, right? Because he's all into that stuff.
Got to meet that Munchie.
So then later, the professor even comes over and he joins the party. The party's rocking. Everybody's having a good time. But yeah, the mother shows up and she's like, "Everybody get out of my house." And you hear Munchie in the back sleeping because he drank too much and he passed out. And of course, one of the best part of the movie, it reminded me of like when we watched Dunstan Checks In and Jason Alexander sees Dunstan the monkey for the first time and he gets up and goes, "Holy shit!" And it's the exact same thing where he bends over the couch and he looks at Munchie, his eyes just blow up like a deer in the headlights, and he goes, "What the hell is that?"
Oh man.
And he takes a black trash bag.
You know what this character is like?
What?
He's like a 1-person 2-man goon squad.
Oh, dude, totally.
You know?
Totally. Yeah.
He's enough goon for 2 people.
So he I guess I don't really know what his plan was. He was gonna take Munchie and exploit him at the university.
Yeah,
at Lunch Lady Academy to experiment on him and stuff and become famous. I don't know. So anywho, he tries to do that, but they get Munchie out and the professor, Gage, and Munchie like take off in a Jeep. And
you fix the Jeep apparently.
Yeah, somehow
or maybe Munchie magic.
Yeah, it could have been Munchie magic. And so they take off. Elliot goes after them, and then the mother, Jennifer Love Hewitt, and her father from Charlie with Chainsaw Hookers go after them in a Volvo.
Yeah, and he's like, "Hey, we can take my car," and then she's like, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
And then they go chase after them. So it's a 3-car chase, and then Munchie uses his Munchie magic. He's like, "Hey, you let me drive over here." I can't do a Dom DeLuise. I'm so sorry. Dang, can you? You're good at impressions.
Nah, I can't really do a good Dom DeLuise.
Man, that's a good one to have in the arsenal. Kev Bond, how about you?
Nah, I can't do any.
Sorry, audience. We are not good at Dom DeLuise impressions. If you can do a Dom DeLuise impression, re-record this episode verbatim and send it to the VHSbandits@gmail.com.
Yeah.
But
hey,
anyway,
fans, record your Dom DeLuise impression, either from this movie or Silence of the Hams, and email it to us at thevhsbandits@gmail.com, and we'll air it on an episode. That'd be great.
That's right.
Or if you're really good at a Dom DeLuise impression, do a Dom DeLuise impression of Dom DeLuise doing a Topher Hansen.
Whoa. Leave me a voicemail.
That's some real skill.
As a voicemail.
From cameo.com.
From cameo.soda.tube.com.
Yeah, Cameo soda. So he makes the Jeep fly up in the air like E.T. Because they got to get to the airport, apparently.
Sleazo-matic crashed somewhere, and
Sleazo-matic.
Yeah, he crashes into in a Winchell's donut shop.
Yeah, you said Winchell sucks, right?
Yeah, they're not good. Sorry, Winchell's. Dunkin's where it's at. Dunkin's gives you 2 feet of coffee.
2 whole feet.
2 whole feet.
That's a whole Munchie.
That's right. Yeah. When you stir it, do you take your Munchie hand and you stir it in the cup?
Yes.
That's why his hand is like that. It's so burned from coffee.
Hey, you got to get that Munchie sweat in there. Yeah. That's flavor.
That 200-year-old bottomless pit sweat.
And he's wearing a leather jacket. Man, he must be really toasty.
And it's California.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so they're flying around, and then douchebag crashes his car into the donut shop, and of course there's cops in there, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna arrest you," and he's like, do you know who I am? I'm a professor, and there's this alien flying around. You gotta believe me, and he's going nuts, and they're like, "All right, there, pal." And then they end up arresting him, and the mom and Jennifer Love Hewitt's dad drive by, and he's like, "Hey, that's my girlfriend. Tell him you know me. Tell him you know me." And she's like, "Sir, I have never crushed this man's nuts in my life." And then he gets arrested. And then Munch, they go to the airport, I guess, right?
Yeah, they go to the airport.
Yeah.
And then the Doc Brown and Munchie say, "We're going to this place from 300 years ago.
It was the lost island of Munchies."
Yeah. I mean, it's weird too, because
and
they're
that's
like,
where they mix all the Doritos and the Cheetos and the pretzels.
Dude, that's my favorite bag ever. I love the Munchies bag.
Whoa.
Did you have some Munchies while watching Munchies?
No, I didn't. But I had pizza. I had pizza for lunch. So.
Are you working for Big Dorito?
Hey,
T-Man,
is this a side sponsorship? We
don't
know
have
about?
any spaghetti while watching this?
No spaghetti.
No spaghetti.
Nothing.
Sorry.
No, that's good.
I ate dinner in between watching the movie and us recording.
He was torturing an innocent person downstairs, though, trying to get some information, some Munchie factoids out of him.
I'm trying to crack Munchie Gate.
Oh, wow. How'd that go?
They're dead.
Well. They're dead. The interrogations go,
"You dead to me, Munchie?"
So the two of them are gonna go to this island, and then you find out he and Munchie are flying the plane. Gah.
Yeah, they hijack an airplane.
Yeah.
And they end it with a very a very high profile crime. Yep. There you go.
It's nothing to Munchie.
Yeah, nothing to Munchie. He's been breaking the law. He invented the law. He can break it if he wants to.
He's a murderer.
And that's a great Dom DeLuise impression. That's
right.
Munchie.
That's
Munchie.
All right.
That's a good movie.
You got any fun facts or ratings for us?
Why don't you ask your torture victim?
Let's see.
I can't because he's dead. I tortured him to die.
That's you sound like your deli guy.
Deli guy.
Yeah.
Fun fact: when you type in Munchie on Amazon, it does come up, but it comes up with all the different. You could buy Munchies on Amazon.
Ooh, how much?
I didn't look.
Oh,
well, you can get this little snack size, and you can get the big family size bag.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was
Munchie VHS.
Yeah, when I was a kid, my dad and I would be driving like to the Cape, and in the center console, we would have an open bag of Munchies, and he and I would just snack on them on the way to the Cape.
It's the way to do it.
Down $4.95.
All right, so Amazon has this thing where read reviews that mention, and then there are keywords.
Okay.
So
is Gazunga's one of them?
No. Here's some of the words that are related to reviews that you can, I guess, filter by. There's only 16 reviews on this movie.
Oh boy.
Munchie, voice, Dom, Jennifer, kid, released, mouth, movement.
Whoa, what? What?
This sounds like some coded ransom note.
Yeah. I guess a lot of people noticed the weird mouth movement of Munchie in this movie.
I'd say so.
Weird mouth Munchie movement.
For 500, Alex.
All right, so out of 5 stars on Amazon, there's no facts other than it's a loose a loose fribble to Munchies the movie.
Oh, it's loose, all right.
Boy.
It's practically liquid.
Hey, after you eat that pizza, you're going to have the loose fribbles.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
With all the bugs and anchovies.
Gross. Just eat around them. I'm starving.
So out of 5 stars, what do you guys think this is rated on Amazon?
I'm going to give it 3. We'll say 3.
Out of how many was it?
5.
Out of 5 stars. Amazon is always 5 stars.
Yes. Yes, of course. Of course.
Yes, Amazon. 5 stars. Yes.
I think it's probably like a 2.5.
It is 3.7 out of 5.
All right.
All right. And then IMDb, out of 10 stars, 577 people have rated this movie.
There you go.
Out of 10 stars, what do you guys think?
2 3/4.
Oof. I'll say 3.7. It'll probably be exactly the same.
It's 3.6.
Wow.
It's
Dane was
strange
closest
that
without going over.
That's right. That's right.
It's not that. That is strange. I mean, it's a good movie. I thought it was fun.
Oh, yeah.
It's got a creepazoid guy with a weird mustache and windbreaker. It's got a
Doc Brown
mechanical rubber monster. Yeah, it's got a Doc Brown ripoff. It's got weird Bobby's World imagination sequences. It's got a lot of stuff going for it.
They definitely could have. After Munchie's around, I guess it would have been harder, but they could have used a lot more of that. That would have been fun.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, what do you got? What do you want to rate this out of?
Out of 10. Easiest would be 10 flying pizzas. But
10 flying pizzas.
All right.
Well, if you do the 10 walnut crushing bazungas, you got to do even numbers. That's just not fair to have odds.
20 walnut crushing gazungas?
You can't crush them with one.
No.
Unless you
might
like
be able to.
held
I don't
up
know.
against the wall and you went poof.
Well, yeah, you drop them on a table. You can crush 2 walnuts at once.
Yeah. True.
Or, I mean, you could do it, squeeze them in between too, whatever. Okay. There's all sorts of methods.
Topher has done extensive research.
Yeah, read my essay, my lunch lady essay on how gazungas can be utilized in our cafeterias of today. It's the cafeteria of the 90s. With Uncrustables and walnuts on the side.
Oh, yeah.
That's what our cafeteria had, a vending machine with Uncrustables in it.
Did it?
Well, no, it wasn't a vending machine. It was a freezer.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, like, like a drink freezer, but it had Uncrustables in it.
Oh.
And then they got rid of all the candy at the school store because that's all that I had for lunch. I would just buy Fast Breaks from John's mom.
Yeah. Fast Breaks are delicious.
They're so fucking good. And every child in America should eat them for lunch. Don't take away our Fast Break bars. Anyway, what do you guys want? Flying pizzas, gazunga, walnuts? What do you want?
I'm fine with the flying pizzas. That sounds good.
10 flying pizzas.
Okie dokie. Who's going first?
You, T-Man.
Oh, shit balls. Okay. Ooh, flying pizzas. That's a lot to choose from. Here we go. Talking about flying pizzas and Munchie. Let me see. I'm going to give Munchie 8 flying pizzas. Ooh. We're on a roll. We're watching some good movies lately. I like this movie a lot. I mean, it was fun. It's not long. The only padding is the title cards at the beginning where New Horizons last
20 minutes of title, FBI warning.
Yeah, exactly. But other than that, once the movie gets going, it gets going.
It does go pretty quick.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a kids movie, so it doesn't have to be. It's directed by John Wynorski or Jim Wynorski. So come on. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
Has John Wynorski done?
Oh, dude, he did Chopping Mall.
Yeah, Chopping Mall, The Witches of Brestwick. There's a great watch Popopolis. Is that what it's called? Popatopolis?
There's a sweet documentary about Jim Wynorski called Popatopolis.
And it's like the making of The Witches of Brestwick.
I don't think it was shitty
porno movies.
Or was it the Bear Witch?
Oh, the Bear Witch Project?
Yeah.
And you find out what a sleaze bag he is.
Well, it's not. Yeah. It's a fun movie. Yeah. It's a fun movie.
But
it's one of those movies where you see like the actors like, oh no, what did I get into?
Yeah, he's done a ton of Roger Corman produced movies. Lots of straight to video cheese. Back in the day. He's done a lot of. He did like Dinosaur Island, and usually a lot of movies with.
Is this his most kid-friendly movie?
I believe so.
He's done other kid movies though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's done some other ones.
Gotta make the money somewhere.
But, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. It's a good movie. I like it. Would rewind.
All right.
Dane Train?
Okay.
What about you?
I'm gonna give it 9 out of 10 flying pizza.
Whoa.
Or should we do some fractions from like 9 and 9/10 or kind of like our gasoline prices, right? Like our 9 and 7/16. But yeah, I give it 9 out of 10. To me, this is the quintessential 90s kid movie for the 90s. I think it's,
I wouldn't go that far.
I think I don't know. Usually when I think 90s kids movie, this is like usually what pops in my head. And it's again, Jim Wynorski. You got a little rubber monster with Dom DeLuise. You got the greatest sleazeball in 90s kids movies. It's just a super wicked fun movie. I just think it's awesome. I think it's a lot of fun.
So you think this is the quintessential 90s kids movie? So this is better than Hocus Pocus or
Blank Check, Heavyweights, Camp Nowhere?
I mean, it's definitely better than Blank Check.
Okay, all right, you got me there. I would have to say 90s kids movies with little rubber monsters.
Starring a Munchie.
Starring Dom DeLuise.
It's the quintessential Munchie trilogy.
Yeah. I just think it's just wicked super fun. I give it 9 out of 10. I only don't give it a 10 because A, Munchie does not surf on a pizza like the cover of the box advertised. B, a shitload of the back of the box is inaccurate to the movie. C, no party hats when there should be.
It's a kids movie.
I know. But there's a lot of actresses in this movie.
Dane likes tits in his kids' movies.
But yeah, other than that, to me, it's.
What if someone just said, like, saw Gage's mom and went, "Whoa, party hats!
Whoa, party hats!" Yeah, that would have bumped it up to another one.
Giving you an extra fraction of a fraction of a slice.
You know, you take a pizza slice and you're like, "Oh, I can't eat that much. Just give me a sliver." So you cut it in half and you have this little, really like acute triangle. You know?
No, I've never done that because I'm a winner.
Me neither.
Oh, okay.
I finished my pizzas.
Eaters. Oh yeah, they didn't even eat the crust. They threw all the crust in the trash.
Threw the crust. That's like the best part, man. Dude, I would have just said, "Well, stop. Give me that damn crust." I just would have eaten the crust.
Yeah, anchovies. That would have gotten in the cheese.
Oh yeah,
you would want to eat that crust.
Oh yeah,
you want that crust.
But you know that pizza was probably pretty grody anyway.
It's filled with
you're
bugs,
right.
Yeah,
you're right. That was some shitty looking pizza, but
yeah.
Ah, well.
Shitty Mike's Pizza.
Shitty Mike Pizza. So yeah,
it's
that's
the
what
pizza equivalent of rolling down your window. Sorry. Just came into my. It was that pizza was the pizza equivalent of rolling down your window, driving down to the Cape, and sticking your tongue in the wind and drying it out.
Yeah, exactly. That would do it.
That would
sounds gross.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, there, Kev. How many flying pizzas is?
I'm gonna give this movie 7.5.
Oh,
flying pizzas.
Oh,
it's a good movie.
Now, here's a question for you, real quick. Of any of those pizzas, going back to fractions, are any of these pizzas like half and half, where it's like half cheese, half pepperoni, or something like that?
No.
They're all
only
the same
cheese
pizzas.
pizza.
They're all the same pizzas, yeah.
They're lots of cheese pizza kind of guy.
They're all cheese pizza where you put extra Parmesan cheese and pepper flakes on top.
Load it up.
Dane, I'm surprised.
One of those pizzas got the meat cleaver as it was flying out of the restaurant.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you didn't give this endless pizza Tuesdays at Papagino's.
Oh, Jesus.
Bottomless pizza. New discovery found. We found the bottom of Papagino's bottomless pizza.
I totally forgot that they did the all-you-can-eat pizza and pasta.
What a promotion that was.
Dude, I wish they still did it, man. That'd be great.
Yeah, me too. It was awesome.
Oh, well. Yeah, that was great. That was good stuff. But yeah, so so that's it. 8. Sorry,
well, Kevbot didn't go into his
7.5. Yeah, go into it. What do you got?
It was good. I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd rewind it, but
what?
Well, I didn't grow up on it, so.
Oh, you never saw this before?
I've never seen it before. No.
Whoa! I thought we all watched because I definitely rented this a lot as a kid.
No,
me too.
No,
wow,
never seen it before. It was good. It was fun. I liked all the characters, and it definitely didn't feel like an hour and a half. Like it did move very quickly, which is good. But then the ending was just kind of like, and now we're on a plane. See ya.
Yeah.
You were just at a party 5 minutes ago. Like, I don't know.
Got a schedule to keep.
Yeah. So it was good. I definitely enjoyed it.
Okay.
And I like Dom DeLuise. Although, I'm sure some stuff was ad-libbed, and I'm sure some stuff he was probably rolling his eyes in the sound booth as he was reading it. Some of it was just really, really bad dialogue. But
yeah.
I thought it was gold. Every one-liner that he spewed was gold. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is Rip Taylor? Is he Munchie? Is he Munchie in the sequel?
No,
yeah, Rip Taylor.
that would, dude. Oh god,
he'd be a good Munchie too.
Some other dude. Let me.
If there was Dom DeLuise and Rip Taylor in like a buddy cop Munchie movie.
Strikes back.
That would have been great. That would have been
Howard
great.
Hessman.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who the hell that is.
He was. What is he known for? WKRP in Cincinnati. Head of the class. What's this one? He was in Flight of the Navigator?
Oh, no shit.
As some dude. I don't know. He's been in a lot of stuff. Mayor Tommy something in a movie called Bigfoot from 2012.
Wow. Cool. All right.
Yeah, a bunch of other stuff. I don't know. Name doesn't sound familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was Munchie. You guys got the munchies after watching this movie?
I'm feeling a little peckish.
Yeah, go for some flying pizza right about now.
Yeah,
go for some brown, maybe a little tan.
A little brown tan.
Some slop would really hit the spot right now.
Can I order a pizza for pickup? Yeah, what do you want? Can I get a large pie? Brown, tan.
throw a little green on the side.
A little green.
The Dane Train's Deli Pizza lunch lady. Oh man,
good stuff. All right, yeah. Well, stay tuned next time for more Little Rubber Monsters.
Join our Patreon if you want to hear our bonus Little Rubber Monster episode.
Yeah,
bonus.
And if you want to listen to our commentary tracks as we watch these movies, all right.
That's also on Patreon.
Yeah, which is also on Patreon. That's right.
Yeah,
All right.
So thank you very much, Patreon members, for being Patreon members.
Yeah, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. That's going to wrap up this episode of VHS Bandits. Thank you, everybody, for listening. I'm the Kevbot. Here, as always, is the what did I say?
Dom DeLuise Dane Train.
The Dom DeLuise voice Dane Train. And the terrificest lunch lawn lawyer, Topher Hansen.
Thank you.
.cam
it's the kindest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Now available for voicemail messaging. Thanks, everybody. As always, be kind and rewind.